Okay, Zatima fans and Sistas fans as well, since the character who is the main topic of this video is in both shows. Um, Mainly I'm going to focus on Zach and how a lot of people talk about how, and I agree that he really needs to set up barriers with certain people in his life. It's kind of interesting because in the first episode of Zatima, Fatima tells him how you got money and you say your family won't stop, blowing up your phone and whatnot, but you need to set up barriers with them. And now, looking at the trailer for season 2, Deja and her antics are still going to continue. So it's at a point where when is Zach going to start setting barriers, boundaries, and, restrictions with various people in his life? It isn't just, other women, but, the baby mamas, the women who are throwing themselves at his feet, his family and whatnot. I mean, yeah, I'd call out Fatima for being too dominant in their relationship, but she does have a point where Zach does need to stand up for himself as well as set boundaries, rules, and regulations with these people who always come forward with nonsense. Of course, my conflict with that statement comes whenever she tells Zach to do something and he does go out to do it, but then almost like a teacher checking over a student's assignment or a micromanaging boss, Fatima pops up out of nowhere to make sure the job is done. 9 times out of 10, Zach doesn't handle the situation and Fatima has to do cleanup. But I think I really want to focus in on Deja because in the promo for season 2 as Zatima, we're really leaning towards the temptation aspect of Zach and Fatima's relationship. Paul proving to be a potential temptation for Fatima. And, with Zach is mainly Deja, but then you have an ex named Connie who's showing up. And then his own mother is showing up, leading to, whether or not to interact with, his family, give them money and whatnot. So it really does seem like with Deja specifically, one of the main reasons that Zach would never have to interact with her would simply be this. We see him going over to her apartment allegedly to fix something because that's mainly the reason why he would go over there. Deja calls because something is broken. And then he goes over there and we see her in the bathtub. I'm thinking, and a lot of people are thinking the same thing, why doesn't he just hire a maintenance man? I mean, when I was living in apartments, the people who were like the property managers, they never really fixed anything. I mean, they would come through with maintenance, like, oh yeah, we're doing a maintenance check. I'm here with my clipboard, going around to different apartments. The maintenance guy, he's here to install a new air vent or something like that, and then we're going to move on to the next one. I never saw the person who was signing leases and whatnot or setting them up, getting their hands dirty to fix commodes and whatnot. They had a maintenance team for that. I think it would definitely benefit Zach if he hired a maintenance man. I'm surprised Fatima has never said that. Zach, she's doing all this stuff on purpose. Why don't you hire somebody? Because how about this? Why don't you hire the most unattractive maintenance man you can think of? Have that person go over there to fix something that Deja obviously broke to get you to come over. And if that maintenance guy comes over there and she's repulsed by him, how much you want to bet she'll never call for any kind of maintenance again? Problem solved. It's just that as much as I don't think that Zach will cheat on Fatima, I do think that he does. I know this is a bad example, but I will say it anyway. Personally speaking, I don't think Michael Jackson ever did anything with those little boys. But he did put himself in situations where people will always wonder. Allowing kids to stay over at his place, sleeping in the same bed, this, that, and the third. Look at it from the same perspective with Zach and Deja. Different situation, but look at the circumstances of, hey, it's hard to say I'm not a cheater. It's hard to say I didn't do anything with Deja when somebody from the outside looking in at the situation has questions. Fatima's mom sees Zach carrying her in a bridal position. You have Fatima catching Zach coming out of her place late at night, barely wearing clothes. It looks suspect because this is when she's in the tub and then is on the couch with him saying, "I know you want me." I mean, it looks really, really, really suspicious. And if Zach just set the boundaries of, "Hey, I got a maintenance man, so I don't ever have to come over to your place, Deja," we're good to go. Now, when it comes to Karen and everybody else, I don't feel like talking about it. I honestly don't. Mainly because I recorded a lot of videos today. Also, on top of that, there isn't anything to say that I haven't said before, and I really don't want to lean into Sistas that much when I'm talking about Zatima stuff. But yeah, I think that Zach could probably lower his amount of problems as well as decrease the drama in his life if he was more stern. But then again, there are just some people who will not take no for an answer. Why doesn't Zach get a restraining order? Why doesn't he do this? Why doesn't he do this? Because how many people actually respect him? Just be honest about this. Even when he does set rules and stuff like that in place, oh, screw that, I want Zach, or I want Zach to give me money, or I want to mess up his life. It doesn't matter how many times he says something or does something. Unless you put a bullet in their head, that person's just going to keep coming back. I just really think we're at a point where Zach either has to just fully... Well, no, I don't really know what he can do. He's already engaged. Deja knows it. According to Connie's character description, despite knowing that Zach is engaged, she's still going to put the moves on him. I don't know what else he could do. I mean, let's be honest here. How many people... I mean, people get divorces all the time because of affairs and whatnot. Being married doesn't mean squat. If somebody sees somebody they want, they will go after them. They will slide in the DMs. They will meet up somewhere secret. I mean, I don't know what Zach can do, to be honest. I thought I had an answer. The only thing I think of with Deja is the maintenance person, but that doesn't mean they still won't run into each other at the gym. That doesn't mean Zach won't encounter her outside when, he's going to his car. That doesn't mean that Deja won't be able to hear whatever they're talking about through the walls because they're thin. Damn, Zach can't do shit. And I don't mean that as a slight to him. It's just that the people who come at him are just aggressive. Then what was the point of this video? I don't know. Just try not to knock up any more strippers. That's all I gotta say. Alright, well, like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.